Welcome to episode 35 of The Hills Have Nerds. New year, new episodes, same old nerds. I'm one of your hosts as always, Josh. And with me tonight is Travis.
Hello.
And Cody.
Hello.
Yeah. Guys, it's the first episode of 2026, and we hope your new year is going great. Ours is going okay. We're out of the holiday slump. We're past that. We've taken a little bit of a break. You've seen a few lesser. We only went down to one episode a month for the last little bit. But we're ramping back up. The nerds are ramping back up. We're going back to 2 episodes starting in February. You get even more nerditry hitting you, and we got all kinds of great episodes coming up. Tonight, we're doing a media catch up. So we're doing a media catch up. We're going to talk Game Awards. We're going to talk our nerd year resolutions, and what we're excited about coming out in 2026 and what we were playing going out of 2025. So before we get into any of that, guys, how was Christmas and New Year's for you all?
That went pretty good. First Christmas with the new girlfriend. I mean, stupid busy, but had a good time.
That's always fun to like when you first get in like a relationship and you go over to their house or like your significant other's family for Christmas and see like how their Christmas is different than your Christmas. And it's like, what, you guys open presents at 2 p.m.? What are you, friggin' barbarians? Like, what are you, savages?
If you're talking about barbarians, both sides, my family and hers, there was a Christmas paper war. So like, as stuff was unwrapped, we just started throwing stuff at each other.
Nice.
So,
fantastic. Now, who's the person? There's always one person, and typically at our house, it's the dad, right? I'm dad, so at our house, it's me. But when we go to my in-laws, it's, it was my wife's dad who passed away recently. That's one of the things that happened over the new year for us. So he would be very, very missed, very much. But he was the paper grabber, the person that's going to go around and grab all the paper and put the paper in the bag, in a garbage bag. Is there a person for you guys?
No, we kind of just, everybody starts picking stuff up because, I mean, it's all over the place at that point. So.
Yeah. No, it was like he was the guardian of it, and that's what I've done at my house. And then my dad at my parents is the same way. I think it just falls on the dads to just hold the garbage bag at the ready. So
you have to just follow everybody around. It's like, give me that. That's mine.
What about you, Travis? How'd your Christmas and everything go?
It was a little different this year. Mom and I didn't really do a whole lot for this Christmas.
Yeah.
Just as kind of like what Josh was saying. I lost my dad about 2 years ago, coming up on 2 years this year, actually. So, it was a little bit different. Devin, my best friend Devin, invited us over to his Nana's place, me and Mom. And so we kind of did Christmas with them. And then I call her my sister. We're not blood related, but she's my sister. And then she invited us up Christmas Day to spend time with, all of them and hang out and stuff. So we had people for Christmas this year, but not a whole lot. But enough to know that, it was just fun to hang out with people.
Nice. We got, so we went over to my grandmother's. This has been a very sad couple years for all of us, I guess. My grandfather passed away early last year, and this is the first Christmas my grandmother was without him. So we all got everybody together. It was the first time my side of the family has gotten together for a Christmas in, 10 years, because it's just a time bomb. It really, it's just, at some point, somebody's going to say something and rub somebody the wrong way, and something's going to explode, and it's not going to be fun for anybody. So it's just best that no one, they come in shifts. One family will come see, my grandparents, and then the other family, will come in. They'll just kind of swap out like that. So never the two shall meet. But this year we got everybody together, and it was good. It was good. There were a couple moments where everybody just kind of like, oh, did that just happen? Did this person just say that? And then everything kind of like got a little tense, and then it died down. So it was nice. The Damrons have a healthy aptitude for quarreling. But there was no quarreling at Christmas this year, so it was really nice.
Impressive.
Yeah, It was really good. We had a really nice Christmas. Followed by
What'd you get?
what did I get?
Yeah.
I posted it in the Discord. I got my wife got me a coat I love. It's phenomenal. My kids got me a brand new keyboard. Razer Black Widow V3, which I love. You'll probably hear
Nice.
it during the episode. Has big clunky mechanical keys.
I have a
Excuse
Huntsman
me.
Elite. I understand that.
No. And then everybody else, I got some card sleeves for Marvel Champions and a couple other things that are escaping me right now. But yeah, my keyboard and my coat. Oh, and I got a brand new chair. If you can see here, my wife got me a chair, which was a surprise because we told each other we're only getting one thing, and she broke that and got me a new computer chair. But anybody that has watched the last few episodes of the show has noticed my old computer chair was in dire need of replacement because I was sinking every so often. Like I would just sink down. And so every now and then you just go down. And
That
now,
wasn't Josh chanting down on his knees.
yeah. Yeah. But it,
Yeah, Cody.
The big thing is I ended up something I'd been saving for a while was a laser engraver printer. So I had little help in getting it, but got that. And then tickets to Weird Al coming up. What was it? June this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got tickets to that. And one of the presents we just done for girlfriend's brother, he really likes UK and Tennessee basketball, so we went and watched the UK Tennessee game over this past weekend.
oh, okay. That was a hell of a game, man.
That first half, I was like, I don't think Kentucky deserves to win this. They weren't doing nothing, but man, they played their hearts out that second half.
Dude, that was a hell of a game. That was the buzzer beater one, right?
Well, no, LSU was the one that they chucked it the entire length.
Oh,
of the
okay. I thought
court,
that was
and
the UK LSU game, and then the UK
But
Tennessee game was the week after.
UK and Tennessee was almost the same.
Yeah.
Kentucky didn't have a lead until the last 34 seconds of it was 34 point some seconds was the first lead they had. They were down like 17 in the first half. And they picked up a lead there, and then they never lost it again for the 30 seconds.
There's like 65% of our listener base going, "What the are they talking about right now? We're not here to talk about football or basketball or sports ball. We don't want to talk about that." Travis, what'd you get?
Mostly just got some comics and things like that. I picked up an Elden Ring manga. It is it's a comedy manga that is fully set in the world of Elden Ring. Like, to give you an idea of like how comedic this is, one of the first things that happens with like the main character of the story, he like makes his way out of the opening area, and he's like, "Oh God, look at this big area. Oh my Lord." And if you've ever played any of the Souls games, you'll know that they usually start you off with a healing flask and a magical flask. And both of those are suction cupped to his butt cheeks.
Yeah, I think you sent a picture of that in the podcast chat, didn't you? Yeah.
I don't think you picked up a kid-friendly book, Travis.
Yeah, no, definitely not. But other than that, probably the biggest thing, which was a gift from me to me, was I picked up a PlayStation Portal.
What's a PlayStation Portal?
So essentially, you know the remote play feature that PlayStation has, where it's like you can have it. Essentially what it is that it's a screen that's got two ends of a PS5 controller attached to it.
It looks like a Switch with PS5 controllers on both ends.
Basically.
Oh,
But
okay.
it's one piece. But it's one piece.
So it's
can
PlayStation's like foray into the new age handheld stuff. It's not like
kind of.
Was it
it's a stream device. Like I can stream my PS5 to the screen, and so long as that has an internet connection, I can play my PS5 basically anywhere.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Pretty neat.
Yeah, it's been super, especially on like nights when I do Friday Night Magic and I'm there until midnight. It's nice to have the option to be like, you know what, I'm gonna load up a round of Balatro or something.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. So we talked about we what we're going to cover today. We're just going to do a media catch up. New year coming in, but we're going to talk about it's the nerd year. It's the happy nerd year, everybody. Right? We had Nerdmas, and now we're into happy nerd year. We're in a nerd year 2026. What are our nerd year resolutions? And I'll start off if that's cool with you guys. I kind of surprised the guys with this. We talked about it a little bit. I said, we're talking about our nerd year resolutions. They're like, what in the hell are you talking about, Josh? What is a nerd year resolution? The nerd year resolution is what nerdy endeavors are you wanting to get into this year? What is there a certain game you're saying you're going to beat, a book series you're going to read, a show you're wanting to catch up on, something like that. What is your or is there a holy grail in your card collection or your comic collection that you're wanting to try to hunt down and get this year? That's your nerd year resolution, right? So my nerd year resolution is I want to play more MMOs. Man, I'm a MMO fanatic. I played World of Warcraft forever, EverQuest, Dark Age of Campaign, all of them. If it's an MMO on the market, for the most part, I have at least dipped my toe in it. But for the last little while, as I've aged and gotten older, and my kids have gotten older, and more adult things have happened, and I've had more responsibilities, right? The MMO formula, what an MMO requires of a player, has not really been copacetic with the time I've had. You guys know what I mean?
Yeah, time is a big thing. Is why I never really played them that much.
Yeah.
I put into 14, and it took me forever to make it through any sections of that. But
Final Fantasy 14 is bad for it.
I enjoyed the story of 14, so.
But
I've never had like a good PC, and a lot of those MMOs are PC only. But there have been a few that have been on like the PlayStation Store that every time I go scrolling through the store, one of those will pop up, and I'm just like, maybe now's the time. No, I'll hold it off.
I did try RuneScape for a little bit, but
I do
that's
have
one of
an
the big
MMO.
daddies.
I do have an MMO that I would love to sit down and play with you, Josh, if you're ready to get into an MMO.
Well, so my goal this year, my target MMO that I want to play is there's a new World of Warcraft expansion coming out. It's Midnight, and this is based in Quel'Danos and Quel'Thalas, which is kind of the home of the Blood Elves. It was the Highborn back in the day. It's a whole big bunch of World of Warcraft lore, which is another episode entirely. But I love that storyline. And Sylvanas Windrunner's a main character in it, and they're bringing her back and kind of putting the focus on her, and she's my favorite character in all of Warcraft lore. So I really want to put some time in and get into this. Now, I've played all the War Within was the last expansion. I played all the story of War Within, but I didn't really get into it. I want to raid again. I haven't raided in years. I used to be a sweaty. I don't want to get sweaty with it, but I want to see the content. It's great content. It's a lot of fun. It's good group content. And right now, World of Warcraft is as easy to get into casually as it's ever been. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to have some time to actually get in on a casual level, but like a casual plus, right? Because I'm a retired raider, I guess. You know what I mean? Back when younger Josh had more time. But it's a lot easier to get into. There's a new delve system that's great, and the story looks awesome. So I'm that's my nerd year resolution, is to dive more into to one of my favorite games of all time and try to reignite my passion for that game.
You want to hop over to Guild Wars 2 with me?
I played a lot of Guild Wars 2 when it first came out.
There's a couple expansions now. I've been kind of eyeballing them here and there lately. Like, you know what? I need something.
I'm down to try that. I'm down to play it a little bit. I played that so much when it first came out because I played a Guardian, whatever the big like tiger things are in that. I played a Guardian of that, and then my cousin Mike, he was playing too, and we just no-lifed it forever. I was in college, didn't have a wife at the time, didn't have like the family unit. It was just roommates.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. So what about you guys? What are your nerd year resolutions?
The only thing I could think of that I really wanted to do was, I waited forever for it and didn't really get much of a chance to play it. Like me and Josh and a couple others played a couple sessions of it, but I really want to get back into the Steinhardts and do something
Yeah.
with it again.
Oh yeah, yeah. That was
And
more tabletop role playing was a close second on my resolution.
And I don't know if I want to continue the Bloodborne thing that I was running for you guys. Like, I'd like to if you guys want to finish the story, but there's also a half of the story that he provided was free, so I may end up picking up the other half. It was called the Heresy of Cold Steel,
Okay.
Yeah,
and it was
Heresy of Steel.
was it Heresy of Steel?
Yeah.
Okay, and I mean he provided half of it for free, so I may want to try that and have a more guided experience for running something before and then actually finish up the Bloodborne one. Just maybe start it over and just finish it up while I have
If,
a guided experience running.
If you want to be a player in that setting, I've got a whole thing worked out. Like I've got a whole mini world set up in the world of Steinhardt's now that I've been itching to run for a while.
So I've heard about you
I wouldn't care
itching to
to
run
play.
that for like a year now.
I mean,
You gotta
if
I
you wanna-
know, and
poop
I
or
can't
get off
ever
the pot.
I can't ever get anybody together to play.
Well, you ain't
because
invited
of the
nobody.
Curse of D&D.
You gotta invite somebody. You gotta set a
Well,
time.
well,
Well, you're just gonna
problem.
pop
The
up.
other people-
Just here.
The other people that I was trying to get into the campaign, none of our schedules.
beautiful
Mm.
book.
That
It is a
yeah,
gorgeous
the
book.
book is gorgeous.
Now remind people what the Steinhardt's is.
Steinhardt's
so-
Guide to the Eldritch Hunt.
I like that this
5e
was your
supplement.
New Year's resolution, your Nerd Year's resolution, and Travis is just like, oh well, let me tell everybody what this is.
I'm giving the preamble.
Yeah, you just step it all over Cody's thing. It's fine, Travis. It's all right.
Yeah. No, it's a 5e supplement that was on Kickstarter.
He still did it after I called him out for the balls on this man. I love it.
Swish. Well, it's a 5e supplement, but it adds in its own madness system, and it's based around the world of Bloodborne to an extent. Like it doesn't use Yarnum and everything. It creates its own world and lore, copyright reasons. But it's essentially, Bloodborne at home, or
Okay.
Magic Mark Bloodborne. I don't know.
What's it called? Luyarna? Is that the
Yeah.
starting town? Yeah.
Yeah, Luyarna. And the Heresy of Steel starts out on a train. Everybody's in a train on the way to Luyarna.
Oh, that's
Is
cool.
the I guess the opening catch for it.
All right. And maybe this is the start of the Hills Have Nerds live plays, actual plays.
Did you get the
Podcast.
deluxe edition, Cody?
Yeah.
There should be a couple other, because I think there was like 3 or 4 of those pre-made adventures, and I think they're all meant to bounce off of one another. I could be wrong.
Yeah, there's a couple that's in the book that you can run. Like the deluxe edition book, I think, has a level 1 starting adventure in the back of it. And then I don't know if there was another one that came with it, like a download. But I know the
think
Heresy
so.
I know the Heresy of Steel was he made the first book of it free is basically an apology for the shipping
the
issues.
delay, yeah.
What about you, Travis? What's your Nerd Year resolution?
To stop being a fake fan.
Okay, explain.
He's a fake fan of Steinhardt's here. He doesn't actually
Yeah,
like it.
exactly.
He just likes to
No,
step on Cody when he's describing.
One of my all-time favorite series, just in general, is Gundam. I love building the Gunpla models. They very recently just came out with a TCG for Gundam, the Gundam trading card game.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Love it. Hang on.
What's it play like?
This is one of
Yeah, show some cards off too. I saw I've seen some people down at the gaming company. Shout out gaming company in Pikeville. We love you guys. Seen some people down there
this
play
is
it.
one that I've got. And this is one of my all-time favorite Gundams of all time, the Unicorn.
It's a little blurry.
Camera here. Yeah. My camera
Not-
doesn't like to focus.
Now every time I hear a unicorn and I see a giant robot, I think Unicron. And that's a
No.
transformer. That's not a Gundam.
Yeah. Well, it's depending on what series you watch, they blur the lines. But anyways,
Is there ever any crossover between Transformers and Gundam?
There's never been a full on crossover between them, but like there are Gundams that transform. But like, despite my undying love for this mecha anime, I've only ever watched 2 seasons. I watched through all of Iron Blooded Orphans and I watched through all of Unicorn Gundam, but I haven't even watched through I haven't watched Wing Gundam, and that's the quintessential one that everybody talks about. One of the newer ones, it's called The Witch from Mercury, and when it got announced, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna binge watch this show as soon as it comes out," and then I never did. So my nerd year resolution.
Nerd year resolution.
That's a bit of a
That's our
tongue
thing.
twister.
That's our thing, Trav. We put nerd in front of everything. We change everything to nerd. It's a bold bit.
Yeah, mine is to quit being a fake fan and actually watch things and not just keep saying over and over, "Oh, I'm going to watch that," and then I never do.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Bill, okay, cool. All right, well,
look, there's a 80-page adventure in the back of the deluxe edition, and then a QR code to scan for another adventure.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm down to pursue your nerd year resolutions with you guys and support you in completing those. Cody, you want to play Steinhardt's? I'm here for it. Sounds like Travis is here for it. We're all here for that. Travis, you want to watch Gundam? You tell me, I'll watch some episodes. We'll talk about it together.
Watch Iron Blooded Orphans.
And Guild Wars 2. Travis, you said you're going to help me out. What's Iron Blooded Orphans? What the hell is that?
It's one of the seasons of
Gundam seasons of Gundam.
Iron Blooded Orphans?
Yep.
Yes.
Mobile Suit Gundam, Iron Blooded Orphans.
That sounds like a death metal band. It'd be an awesome band name. I called it. No takes.
Fair. If you've interacted with anything of Gundam, there's what's the saying? There's only 2 things in life that are constant, and that's death and taxes.
That's
is that the saying? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, death and taxes. Ben Franklin.
Yeah.
If there's anything you can expect from Gundam, it's war and child soldiers. And if Iron Blooded Orphans didn't give that name away, child soldiers.
Only 2 things you can expect in life: war and child soldiers. That's fantastic. That's great. All right. So enough about the real world. Let's talk about the Game Awards. So the Game Awards, the Video Game Awards happened December 11th. We had the Game Awards, and there was a little bit of controversy, I think, to some of the stuff. I just wanted to talk about some of the winners. We're not going to spend like a ton of time on this. Just wanted to see what we thought about the winners and the categories, and just what kind of stood out to me. The first one, obviously, Game of the Year. Like, who won Game of the Year at the Video Game Awards? You guys know?
Take a guess.
Take a guess.
Donkey Kong 64.
No.
You got it. Perfect.
Not only are you wrong, you're stupid. It was Clair Obscur Expedition 33.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. You guys watch Cat in the Hat, the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat thing.
Yeah.
They're doing the QVC thing. He's like, "Oh, can I do it?" No, not only are you wrong, you're stupid.
I like that, and the other one where he's like, "I'll get you, and I'll make it look like a bloody accident."
I'll get you, make it look like you.
So many memes from that show, and the only one
terrible movie.
Oh yeah, now,
it
the
wasn't
only
that
one
bad.
that springs to mind for me is the freaking dirty hoe. Just like,
Yeah.
God.
I love the Thing 1 and Thing 2, and one wanting to be called Thing A and Chocolate Thunder. And then there's another part in the back, and towards the end of the movie, where the 2 things come up to each other and they talk in gibberish nonsense language, and one goes Chocolate Thunder, and then they take off. And it's just, I don't know. It's stuck with me for years, and it will be in my head until the day that I die, screaming, cold, dark, and alone. But anyway, Clair Obscur Expedition 33 won Game of the Year. Do we think it deserved it?
After playing it, honestly, I do. I think it was fantastic. It has one of the best battle systems I've ever seen for a turn-based RPG. Like, it actually innovated something like that.
So it beat
that was
out
something new.
It beat out Death Stranding 2 on the beach, Norman Reedus's walking simulator from Kojima Productions and Sony Interactive. It beat out Donkey Kong Bananza. This is one of the debut games for the Switch 2. Hades 2 from Supergiant Games, which I played the original Hades. I liked quite a bit. Hollow Knight Silk Song from Team Cherry. And it beat Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Now, for me, the only two on there that I thought would have a shot at beating Clair Obscur was Hollow Knight Silk Song and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Man,
I just hear so much good stuff about Kingdom Come. Never played it, so nothing on that.
But
but
I have a friend of mine who has talked about that game significantly. And it's one of those things where it's like, he talks about that game so passionately that I was just like, you know what? I'll give it a shot. I will download this for you because no one has talked about a game that passionately to me in a long time. So you know what?
What'd you
I'll give it a shot. I haven't played it yet. Remember what I said about being a fake fan?
I'll give it a shot. Just shut the up about it for a minute. I'm going to download it. Just shut the hell up.
Bought it, got all of its DLC, downloaded it. Haven't even started it up yet.
As you do.
Man, I'm probably going to get flamed for this. And, you know, we want to hear from you guys out there. We want to hear from the listeners. We want to hear what your Nerd Year resolutions are. We want to hear what you think about the Game Awards, all that. Because we're a little bit past it. Well, we're about a month out from the Game Awards. But so Hollow Knight, it's pretty. It's cool. But just seems like a fairly typical platformer to me. Like, I don't understand why it is.
The only reason that I thought that would have a shot at beating Clair Obscur is the just sheer amount of hype that was behind it. And that's, Hollow Knight was really good as far as like a action RPG or a action platformer, Metroidvania kind of style. Looking at it, it's like, I don't think it was good enough that it should have been.
Yeah, like I don't
nominated, absolutely fine. But I don't think it should have won personally.
But it's like that and Donkey Kong Bananza. I just feel like if you're going to do Game of the Year, you got to be on like another level narratively. And I don't feel like Donkey Kong Bananza and Hollow Knight should. I mean, maybe the narrative behind Hollow Knight's pretty good. I haven't played. I've watched my kid play Silk Song, and I played the original Hollow Knight. And tell me I'm talking out of school here and don't know, talking out of my ass. I don't know what I'm talking about because I haven't played Silk Song. So maybe if I played it, it would blow me away. But I've seen stuff from all these games. I know of all of these games and how they've been received and how the gameplay works and all of that. I don't see anything putting Hollow Knight and Donkey Kong Bonanza, even though they look like amazing games and like a lot of fun, but on the level of Clair Obscur and Death Stranding 2 and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, even Hades 2 for that one. Like, I don't, maybe Bonanza,
for me, I could see Hollow Knight and Donkey Kong Bonanza honestly being above Hades 2. And that is solely for the fact that I don't really care for roguelikes that much.
Okay.
Like, I know we're playing Hammer Watch right now with us, but that's a group of us playing. I can sit down and play that.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah.
But as far as like a single player roguelike, I don't really care for them that much.
Yeah.
I played Hades 1 and I only made it about halfway through and I quit. Gorgeous game, and I mean it's fun, but I don't know. Roguelikes just don't pull me in.
I am the opposite of that. I'm a roguelike fanatic. Like I recently picked up, I say recently, it was a few months back now, but like I finally got around to playing Dead Cells. I mentioned Balatro earlier, which is a poker roguelike. If you've never played it before, it's fantastic. It's a great little time waster, but you can really put some hours into it. So Hades 2 is one of those games, like I haven't played it yet, but I've played a lot of the first Hades, and if it's anything like its predecessor, it's probably good. But yeah, like that, hearing that lineup, like to me, there's only one game in that is like clear, yes, this deserves Game of the Year. Well, all the other ones is just like, I feel like they could win awards in, like Donkey Kong Bonanza I could see as being like best.
It's weird seeing Bonanza up there, like with all of that, given what it is.
It feels
Yeah,
like the
honestly.
only reason that it's there is because it was a debut for a Nintendo console and they needed a Nintendo option.
It feels like the same thing to me as seeing like here's an art contest and you have a museum full of Van Goghs and then there's a
Banana taped to the
like a
wall.
highlights coloring book.
The
You know what I
banana
mean?
taped to the wall.
Well, no, but even that, I mean, yeah, sure, banana taped to the wall, yeah. That was what was that? A guy in a museum did that, and people thought it was art, or was that? Like a movie
I don't
or
know.
Have y'all seen the meme? There was a page that floated around for a bit and it cracked me up. It was this page that was doing like an art contest and its comments. And the first one is something that's very clearly drawn by a young kid, it's like 5-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're
And then the second one is this immaculate drawing. I think it was
that the thing that was like?
horse.
I was going to say, wasn't the one that was like a dog, and it was like they had drew the dog perfectly, and then it looked like a 2-year-old had drew.
Yeah.
Like a stick. Yeah.
And it was like, remember, the winner was determined by likes.
Yeah, that's how we get Bodie McBoatface and shit like that.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on a little bit, and we got some other stuff to talk about. But so, game of the year was Clair Obscur. Guess who's best game direction?
I think that was also Clair.
It was also Clair Obscur.
Clair
It's
Obscur
like
won 9 of the.
Yeah,
it
I
won
was
9
gonna
of the
say,
13.
They took most of those awards.
This was going up against again Death Stranding, Ghost of Yote was awesome. By Sucker
Play it,
Punch.
but I also didn't play Tsushima either. So.
Yeah, dude, Tsushima was I do not play a ton of single player games. I don't finish a ton of single player games, but I try to at least dabble with some stuff. Try to experience the zeitgeist, right? So I could at least have a little bit of credence to what I'm talking about. Tsushima was a lot of fun. I'm bad at it. I'm so bad at it. And Yote was fun. I'm dog crap at it. And then Split Fiction by Haze Light and Hades 2 was on there.
God, if anyone listening to this podcast has not played any of the Haze Light games, do yourself a favor.
You can go to our YouTube. There is a video, on the live streams of me and my wife playing It Takes Two, and the Haze Light games are side by side, right?
Game.
Yeah, it's so good. They're so good.
Split Fiction is another great time.
Yeah, both of those look good. I want to play Split Fiction.
Split Fiction is really good. I prefer It Takes Two, but Split Fiction is really, really close behind it. It was fantastic.
All right, best narrative. Who won best narrative?
Narrative?
Yeah.
I think that was on that Clair Obscur.
Clair Obscur again, best narrative. Best art direction.
I think that was again Clair Obscur.
Clair Obscur again.
Honestly, they had really good art in that. I don't know if they should have got that.
Best score and music.
Clair Obscur got that. And
yeah.
I
Lorian
think they deserve that one.
So this threw me off for a second because it had the composer's name and not the thing front and center, and it was Lorian Testard at the front. And I was like, well, that's the picture for Clair Obscur. What in the hell's Lorian Testard?
If you've not listened to the music from Clair Obscur, you
good.
absolutely have to.
Just
and,
listen.
I mean,
just listen to it
French,
by itself.
So it's like I was listening to it. And it's like I have no clue what this woman is singing.
Are they?
It is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most. I see. I don't know if they deserve the breakout indie thing that they initially got, which whatever. Because most of the developers for it were previous Ubisoft employees, so all of them had already worked on something.
Dude, I didn't know Charlie Cox was a voice. Like Daredevil is a voice in Clair Obscur.
Yep,
that's nuts.
Yeah, he was nominated for best performance, right? I don't think he won it, but
no, he didn't. Another lady won it. Jennifer English won best performance. Let's skip over a couple of these.
It's Clair Obscur too.
Games for impact. So for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message, we always talk about here on the show. Inclusion matters. Games are art. Way to tell a story, a narrative. Did
E33 win that one too?
It's Clair 33. No, this was South of Midnight. Now I haven't played this. South of Midnight by Compulsion Games.
Yeah, I seen gameplay on it whenever it was initially announced, and it looked interesting. But I honestly forgot it was coming out. So
Honorable mentions
I
are
haven't seen anything since.
Wonder Stop, Lost Records, Bloomin' Rage, Despilote, and Consume Me. Well,
I don't know
congratulations, South
those others either.
Umbi, what a name.
Midnight. It looks like Parappa the Rappa. Look the art style on it.
All right.
All right.
Should have got best art direction then.
Best ongoing. So
I feel like that was going to be between Marvel Rivals and Final Fantasy 14.
So they were
nominees.
both they were nominated. No Man's Sky won best ongoing.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that because I was like, that's such a, which I've
That's
heard
crazy.
great things. Like
I heard that it's
got
doing
into
good.
that game. I got into that game right when it launched. Like I remember going to GameStop, picking. I think I had it pre-ordered.
It got it got shit canned when it first launched, right?
Because
Like
the developer lied. Like he straight up lied
Yeah.
about stuff.
He showed off all these things in the videos like leading up to its release, how the planets were these just full. I mean, it was like a zoo tycoon with the amount of like fauna that you.
Oh, Travis,
hold on.
your head.
What was that?
I don't know. I had to bench the titty for good luck. What are you?
I don't know. You just turned into a robot. If we couldn't hear anything, and then you just started going.
Then you grabbed. You got a big handful of yourself. Look at him get. Look at him smile. There we go.
You're gonna have to reset your headset or something.
So he's gonna figure that out. We'll move on a little bit and come back to him talking about No Man's Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got No Man's Sky, which apparently is doing better. Obviously, right? Which is good.
It just because of the lying at the initial of it. I don't think he deserves it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, fair enough. We have Marvel Rivals, Final Fantasy 14, dear and dear to my heart, Fortnite, and Helldivers 2.
Never played Fortnite or Helldivers 2, but
Helldivers is fun. It's fun. Helldivers is more fun if I can get drunk playing it, and I don't really drink that much anymore, so that's the problem.
Yeah.
All right. Yep. There you are. So what were you saying about No Man's Sky?
Why were you just fondling yourself and talking about No Man's Sky?
I was fixing my shirt.
Yeah. You're fixing it all right. You're fixing a problem you created.
Audience, this is why I'm never on the episodes.
He's been on a lot of episodes. Don't let him say that.
Just like in the months leading up to the release of that game, they showed off all this flora and fauna that you would, and the idea was that you experienced it on every single planet.
Mm.
And then you got into the actual game and you saw maybe one person a planet, maybe if you were lucky. Whoa. And then the rest of it was just mineral outcrops and maybe a new plant. And then you would just go to the next planet because you had explored that whole planet and you had been there for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Well, that was the thing I seen where somebody had tested because you're supposed to be able to play together with everybody, and two of them found the same planet and got on it, went to the same place, and couldn't see each other.
Yeah, now that I read about that,
which has been fixed now. And like some of the stuff, I played it about a year ago, I think, because I think it was on Game Catalog for PlayStation, and I was like, you know what, I'll give this game a shot again. Completely different vibe. Like a lot of the stuff was still there. A lot of my muscle memory still kicked in, but vastly different game.
All right, let's best independent game. Who do you think won that one?
At the Game Awards, Clair Obscur got it. I know that.
Clair Obscur won that, and we're going to talk about that. I know what you're about to say. Best debut indie game. I'm going to assume that was Clair Obscur too. Yep, Clair Obscur was that one.
Megabonk was nominated, and they pulled themselves out of it.
Why?
I can't remember why.
Now, my son just played through Dispatch, and I sat and watched him play through pretty much all of that, or watched quite a bit of it. And he loved it. He thought it was great. He kept telling me I got to play it. So I'm going to play through Dispatch at some point. That was also nominated.
I heard it was good.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, it's a Telltale game. So there's not like you're playing it for the story, right? They're more interactive novels than they are like rough gameplay and stuff. But
yeah. So Megabonk, He said he pulled out of the debut indie game award because he had previously created games under a different studio and didn't feel that he deserved to be under the debut section.
I respect that, man. Like, good guy developer. Okay, sweet. By all means, those are the type of people you want to support.
I've heard Megabonk was fun too. I don't know anything about it, honestly. But
all right, best mobile game. Travis, what do you think? What do you think won? Huh?
Mobile game?
Best mobile game. Horse shit.
Did Umamusume win it?
Yes.
Umamusume. Pretty Derby.
Umamusume.
Yep, Umamusume. That's what I said.
Umamusume.
I don't even play
Umamusume. Umamusume Pretty Derby from Psy Games won Best Mobile Game. That is the game where you get to raise horse girls to race.
So, essentially, this is going to sound so anime. Bear with me.
Is it? Is it? You weeb.
So,
you weeb. I love you so much.
The Umas. So, in this world, horses don't exist.
Oh, we're getting backstory for it. Okay.
Yeah, no.
We're getting like the laydown.
In this world, like
right.
horses don't exist, but we have the Umas, the Umamusume, and this is some cosmic level. It's like a normal couple can just have an Uma.
You just have a horse baby?
They can just have a horse baby. But it's like, there's nothing, a normal human male can still, because there are no male Umas, by the way. There are only females.
Of course there's no male Umas. Why would there be male Umas?
Yeah, exactly.
That time I got reincarnated as an Uma.
But they all have this academy that they go to, and it's just it's a derby, as they do all these races in these areas or whatever. What the game does is you just act as the trainer, and you can just train whoever your favorite horse girl is. Which thing to note about them is that they are all based on real life derby horses, and there are actually, I know one confirmed is a horse that was, I think, bred and raised in Kentucky.
Oh yeah, I mean, dude, we're like horse racing.
Plenty of them.
Like the horse racing capital of the world, man.
Featured. The only one that I know of that's in game goes by the name, I think it's Taiki Shuttle, Taiki Shuttle. And she's from Kentucky because she dresses like a cowgirl and shoots people.
Yep, that's Kentucky, all right.
Sure,
Kentucky.
That's Kentucky. Nailed it. That's fantastic. You guys want to hear the runners up? Wuthering Waves by Kuro Games.
Oh, yeah.
Sonic Rumble. Yeah, my kid plays that a lot. By Rovio Entertainment and Sega. Persona 5, The Phantom X, Blackwing Games Studio and Sega. And then Destiny Rising. Now, Destiny Rising, I've been wanting to play. And I keep meaning to put it on my phone, and I get down other rabbit holes. And I think it's a sideways game, mobile game. And typically, if you're going to make me turn my phone sideways, I'm not going to play your damn game.
Persona 5's like that as well.
That was the only
Destiny Rising. Is it based off like the FPS, like the
like Destiny? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's set in that world. I remember when it came out, and I was like, man, I'm going to download that, and then I just didn't. I think that Blue Protocol MMO came out, and I tried it, and it distracted me.
Wuthering Waves. I don't know if it's made by the same people, but it is of that same genre of like the Hoyoverse games, so like Genshin, Star Rail, and all that.
Best VR. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say it was. They put it on PlayStation. There's a PlayStation version of the game. I played it for a little bit, and it seems cool. Had a lot of like, I don't know if it was real, but it went a lot in this like mythology, like Chinese mythology kind of realm. Seemed neat. It's just not my kind of game.
All right, moving on. Let's talk about best VR AR just for a second. I only want to bring this up because typically we don't do a lot of VR AR stuff, which would be cool. We need to do a VR episode. But I just wanted to bring it up because one of Aaron's big games he's talked about at length on the podcast, The Midnight Walk, was the winner here from Moonhood.
I kind of want to try it out.
Yeah, and I couldn't imagine that in VR. And then Alien Rogue Incursion was one of the runners up, and I don't want to poop myself enough to play that in VR. Because I played the original like AVP, and then I played Alien Isolation, played all those just like this, sitting here in my house in the dark, and I could play them, 30, 45 minutes at a time before going, nope, done, I'm out. Because Alien Isolation was insane, because that damn thing would learn your movements and figure out what you were going to do and change its tactics based on how you hid and what weapons you had. It was awful.
It also had access to your Kinect. So, like, it had access to the microphone on the Kinect. And the only reason I remember that is because there was a streamer playing that game, and they farted, and the alien heard them.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
All right, best action adventure. Finally, a win for Hollow Knight, Silk Song, and I think that's okay for them. But for best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and puzzle solving, I think a platformer, that's a good category for a platformer. Like traversal is 65% of the gameplay, right? How you're interacting with the environment.
You have to do in Silk Song to get around,
and it's got
map.
some pretty hefty fights in it.
So. Yeah. So I think I'm okay with that. Runners up, Death Stranding, saw that one. Ghost of Yotei, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which I heard was really, really good. And Indiana Jones didn't really. It's not my nerditry of choice.
Yeah.
And Split Fiction. Let's see. Best RPG. Wonder what won. Anybody want to take a guess?
Does it rhyme with fair? I can't think of a word that rhymes with obscura.
Rhyme with soup du jour? Clair Obscur? Clair Obscur, yes. But we had some good runners up, man. We had
who were the runners up?
So Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Okay. The Outer Worlds 2, solid game. Very solid game. It reminded me of, it's in that same vein as like No Man's Sky and that stuff.
It's very
kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Monster Hunter Wilds was in the running for best RPG, and then Avowed.
Not familiar with that one.
Avowed was Obsidian Entertainment, Xbox Game Studios. I don't know a ton about Avowed either.
I don't either.
Let's see. Best fighting. What do we think?
I don't know any fighting games that came out this year.
I'm going to guess Guilty Gear Strive.
Not even in the running, man.
Really? Okay.
Strive came out in 24, didn't it?
Did it? Okay. What came out this year? Was it Street Fighter?
Nope. So runners up were Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. Collection spelled with a K. Virtua Fighter 5 Revo World Stage. Capcom Fighting Collection 2. So there was a Street Fighter and King of Fighters, right? Mm-hmm. Combined, and then 2XKO. No idea. From Riot.
I don't know what that is.
That's from Riot, so that's from the League of Legends people.
Okay.
Didn't know they did a fighting game. Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, a new Fatal Fury game. Won.
I didn't even know there was a new Fatal Fury.
Yeah, I was just saying, I don't even know that I heard about that coming out.
No. I would like to find, I'm sure there's someone around here. I'm sure there was if you are a nerd in the hills, or you know a nerd in the hills, if you're a country nerd and you know someone who competes in these fighting tournament games. I'm not talking like Super Smash Bros. I'm talking like Street Fighter, Fatal Fury, all that stuff. I want to talk to you. Reach out to us, emails, holler at us. Yeah,
my buddies did for Street Fighter and Tekken.
Let's get some people on. I want to talk about this, though, because that is fascinating to me. And just the quick twitch that people have to hit those combos. I just button mash in just about any fighting game I play.
As far as like movement, it's a whole different conversation, like a whole other episode. But as far as like movement wise, you got to have the same reaction speed in Smash. But mentality wise, they're completely different games. Like a whole different mentality going into both.
All right, let's move on. We got best multiplayer. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. This is a broad category, man. So before I say the winners, we got our nominees. Split Fiction, which I don't know. I feel like there needs to be a smaller multiplayer category.
It's only 2-player, right?
Right,
Yeah,
right,
you can only play that game 2-player.
right.
Co-op.
Like this
it
is
should be like best co-op or something like that.
yeah, this is
Yeah.
such a broad category. So there was Split Fiction, Elden Ring Night Rain, which again is a small. I think
Okay,
you can play like
that's
4
three
people.
players,
That
but
one a little bit
three.
more, yeah.
Okay. Battlefield 6, which is that's a massive multiplayer one. So okay, and then Peak got nominated.
I can at least understand that because, and I hate using this terminology to describe these games, but those friend slop games or whatever they call
Yeah.
them, like that's the idea. I hate that term.
I don't care about it. I don't mind it. I mean, these like quick churned out. This is just meant to get somebody to spend $5 or $6, play it, go through it. I think Peak might have just got more attention than they bargained for, and now they've done some cool stuff with it.
I was gonna say the devs are awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you've seen like their I see them on Instagram all the time, but like the update videos and stuff that they do it's just like it's very clearly, hey, we're posting this to get people to like come over to Peak, but like it's entertaining to watch even if you don't care about Peak.
And that is Aggro Crab is the
Aggro
Crab and Landfall, the developers, the studio behind Peak. But the winner, and I don't think you guys have played these. Arc Raiders was the winner in best multiplayer.
I've heard about Arc Raiders, and
Yeah.
just that style of game is just not for me at all.
So it's it's like a team deployment strategy thing. So it has full loot PvP. So if I kill you, I can loot you and get your stuff. For the most part, you can put some stuff in your butt, which is what they call you have a pocket. Yeah. You can put things in that people don't get when you die. Yeah, it's your butthole. Put it in your butthole.
No.
Yeah. you keister it.
No, it's called,
that way you can get cavity searched later.
Yeah.
It's called mallet space.
Yeah, sure. You're put your mallet in your butt space.
No.
But it's got that, but you have it's a PvEVP game. Load in with a team of 3 or 4, go out, do objectives. And it will matchmake you based on how aggressive you are. So at least that's the way it was explained to me. So Arc Raiders will matchmake you based on how aggressive you are towards other players, and it will put more aggressive people in matches together.
Yeah, because that's been a thing lately. That because I've been getting quips at it like kind of here and there, but like that's become a huge problem in Arc Raiders. Are people walking up and being like, I'm friendly, and then just wiping out a squadron to get their loot.
I think that's the thing in Arc, in Dust,
Rust.
Rust,
Yeah,
not
I was
Dust.
thinking
Rust.
Rust. Yeah,
Rust, and what's the zombie one?
DayZ.
Like all those. Yeah. All right. Let's see. There's a couple others that looked interesting. I just wanted to talk about. Most anticipated game. What is the most anticipated game right now?
I feel like it has to be GTA 6, right?
It is 100%.
Yeah, GTA
and
6.
I don't agree.
I don't
the
care about
games
GTA 6.
Okay, but I never understood the hype.
Man,
I didn't. I played, whenever I was younger, I played, like Vice City, and I was like, oh, this is great. But after that, I never played anymore.
If you kill that hooker, you can get your money back.
Yeah, right.
Just saying.
But yeah, after getting out of like 6th grade, I never really cared about them anymore.
So runners up were 007 First Light from IO Interactive, Marvel's Wolverine from Insomniac Games and Sony.
Oh my God! Have you all seen the trailer that they came out with?
It looks like Spider-Man with Wolverine.
I'm
sure it's gonna be good.
But I'm so excited.
I want to play Captain America and Black Panther. I think that's the name of it, or it's like Marvel 1946 or 1936.
Have you seen the Marvel fighting game that ArcSys is working on?
The Cosmic Fury, the one just came out.
Tokon Souls.
I don't know.
I think is what it's called.
I've seen
it. It's a 2D fighter. It's a 3D fighter, but it's 2D.
Oh yeah, I know what you. Yeah.
It's
I don't like
2.5 or is
game.
it like Tekken?
It's like Dragon Ball Fighters, where it's 3D models, but they're rendered to look 2D, and you fight
Okay.
in a 2D space.
Other nominees up here were Resident Evil Requiem from Capcom and The Witcher
mine.
4 from CD Projekt Red. I feel like for us, for the type of games that we like, Wolverine, Resident Evil, The Witcher 4 would have been our picks. But,
Resident Evil was my pick.
I mean, Grand Theft
Have you
Auto
seen
is
the
a
gameplay video
massive
of
thing.
Leon from Requiem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's break away from that. So that's the game of the year, or the Game Awards winners. The conversation there, pretty cool.
So that's the
Nick.
Clair Obscura Awards.
Yeah, pretty much, man. But speaking of
much.
the Clair Obscur Awards, so there was controversy, wasn't there, Cody?
For
Or
the Indie Game Awards, yeah.
Yeah, there was a little bit of Clair Obscur had some controversy. What was it?
Yeah, the Clair Obscur was actually given the award initially, and they lost it because they used generative AI in the initial making of the game. Now, it was on a few... It was honestly, what was it, background stuff that they had? You could see it on a few walls and stuff here and there.
It was like background textures, like flyers and stuff, to just like fill out the space on some walls.
They went back and removed it and put back in, actual human-made assets into the game.
Okay.
Now, what the big controversy is they didn't mention using AI at all, but they went and took it out and put in new. So a lot of people are saying that they lied about it, saying that they said they didn't use it, when, lie by omission, I guess, because they never said anything about it.
Okay.
That's the real thing.
So the idea was they used it in the development process, and then we're going to pull things out. Used it as placeholders in the development process and went through. Now, has the studio came out and explicitly said they used it as placeholders, or because I can't find anything like from the studio saying that.
There was a statement, but I don't know what it entailed. I remember that something came out from them.
I don't know what the studio actually said because I don't remember seeing it. But
do you all know that I promise this this has relevance? Do y'all know the game High on Life?
No, I can't.
What's that?
I don't think.
So it was High on Life. It's this really weird, like, it's a first-person shooter with like some platformer elements to it, a little bit of an adventure game. The big thing about it was that it was the Rick and Morty crew that was doing like a lot of the voices and stuff in the game. But this game came out 3-4 years ago, like right around the time that generative AI started to be a thing. And they did the exact same thing. They also used generative AI to fill in background elements of their games. Now, to my knowledge, High on Life didn't earn like any huge awards, like in Clair Obscura's case, but like it was interesting to see, which I know times are different now, especially concerning AI. But it was just different where like people saw that and were just kind of like, well, that sucks, but at least it was background elements to, screw these developers. They use generative AI to fill out background elements that they had no intention of keeping in their full game, and fully went and paid people to make assets for their game that they then shipped out. And only a few of them made their way through Q&A, and then as soon as it was noticed, it was immediately patched out because clearly they don't want to put AI in their product. And it's like, generative AI is a bad thing. Like it's at least my stance on it. I won't speak for anybody else, but like it is a bad thing, but I don't think it's that bad of a thing if it's purely placeholder. If you're trying to put something out that is fully generative AI, that's one thing. But to just use it to see how a space is going to look while you're waiting on the human-made asset to get sent to your email or your Dropbox, whatever, like, I don't know.
Well, here's an article from Polygon that kind of clears this up a little bit.
Okay, I just found one from Screen Rant. So.
Yeah, so here's from Polygon, and so there was a Q&A done with the game director for Clair Obscur, Guillaume Roche. Now, this is earlier on. This is earlier last year, and it's just talking about generative AI and usage. And so this comes from Sushi, some content creators. A link in the Polygon article. We'll have that linked in the show notes if anyone wants to check it out. But so they asked, to what extent is generative AI used in Clair Obscur? How is it beneficial, and how do you plan to use it in the future? And Broche said, everything in the game is human made. When AI first came out in 2022, we'd already started on the game. It was just a new tool. We tried it. We didn't like it at all. It felt wrong. And then he went on and said that they did experiment with using AI specifically to cover up textures that the studio had missed. But it was an extremely brief go around. So we took it out as soon as we found it. But yeah, the concept art, voice actors, everything else is human made. And it says, then he drew a line in the sand. He mused that it would be hard to predict how AI might be used in the gaming industry in the future, but everything will be made by humans, by us, for them. So the Indie Game Awards, however, has stood by its decision to retract the Game of the Year award from Clair Obscur. Part of what's fanned the flames, because Sandfall Interactive confirmed it used AI during the production at all. So at all, whether it was generative or still in their post or whatever, that disqualifies Clair Obscur Expedition 33 from its nomination for them. And so it also said part of what's fanned the flames surrounding this, the snub from there, the pull from that, is that Sandfall Interactive, so post them getting removed from the category or having their award taken away, they haven't really been clear about how they used it, other than what Broche kind of said up there. So there was another interview earlier in 25 that saw some more developers talk about using AI-generated placeholders. Says once the game was released, some players noticed textures that appeared to be AI-generated. However, these assets were limited to one specific object in a game full of countless assets. Sandfall Interactive has not responded to Polygon's request for comment, but the immediate patching of those assets, coupled with previous statements, make it sound like it was an oversight tying back to when the studio was merely checking the technology out. So yeah, so that's what happened there. They haven't been super clear about it. And also they patched it immediately. So obviously they did it. It was there, right? So,
yeah, it was
but
in
they
the,
patched
if
it.
you buy a physical copy of the game and don't update it, then you can see the AI textures. But
yeah,
and I guess like posters or flyers or whatever it was. I don't know what it was replaced with because I never seen it because I didn't buy the game until it was like 6 or 7 months out. But
I just thought that was interesting. It was something to talk about. I mean, it's gonna pop up in more stuff, guys. Like AI, and we all know that. Like Travis was talking about, AI is getting more prominent. Use of AI is getting more prominent. It's so easy to use. We've used a little bit of AI in some stuff that we've put out there, and we've gotten mixed reviews on that too. And it's, it is what it is, right? Ours is, we're not making any money on anything, but I'm not making excuses for what we do. But it's just really easy to make some little art to throw out. But it's there, and it's a tool, and it kind of depends on what you use it for, right? And what your plan is to go for it or to use it in its application towards your creative endeavor, and how you go about it. It's going to be, I mean, it's a reality. It is the space.
Yeah, full clarity though on that. Logo is not AI.
No, our logo is not. Yeah,
the logo is not AI.
We use some AI for some flyers for. What, the nerd?
I mean, you can absolutely tell what we used AI.
Yeah, when we were, if you see us as puppets, that was AI. Everything else, we pay artists, man. If I can find an artist that'll do it, I'll pay him. But it's finding somebody who has time to do it. You point them to me. You want to do art for us? Come to me.
Yeah, time, and then that'll do it. Cheap enough because we're out poor.
I pay artists what we pay them what they're worth. We pay good. I'll tell you this much: we have paid more than what both artists that we have commissioned have asked for our last two things.
Yeah.
I saw a thing today bouncing in this idea of AI and stuff like that. It was a quote from everybody's favorite CEO, Jeff Bezos, where he was basically saying that in the not so distant future, people will no longer be like building their own PCs. They will simply be renting power through the cloud. To like make their PC more powerful, they will essentially be renting this power space, whatever, in a cloud system to like upgrade their rig. And he's like,
Gross.
it's going to happen and you just have to accept it. And I'm just like, oh God.
And the Ubisoft CEO somewhere's going, and you don't get to own your own games too.
That.
Well,
you guys,
anyway,
you guys watched Ready Player One, right?
no.
I saw bits of it, but I've never watched it all the way.
You guys need to watch Ready Player One. That's the future we're moving towards.
There were two things that made me want to watch that movie. Yeah, there were two things that made me want to watch that movie. The RX-78 is in there. The original Gundam is in there. And Iron Giant, that's his name. The Iron Giant's in that movie.
All right. So we're moving on. We're just over an hour. Not going to be a super long show today. I'd be surprised if we break an hour and a half. But let's move on. We want to talk about what we're excited about. We're talking about the future, right? AI is part of the future. It's coming up. We're going to have to deal with it. It's going to be used in gaming. Studios are facing tremendous pressure to use this, to meet quicker deadlines, to have higher quality by those quicker deadlines. They're going to start using AI. It's going to happen. We're talking about the future. But what is our future? What are we looking forward to this year? What have we been playing? What are we looking forward to playing more of? We talked about our Nerd Year resolutions, but what else? Like what else is coming on the horizon? What have we been playing? What have we been watching? Let's do a little media catch up real quick. What are we excited about that either we're doing or is coming up? Cody, you want to start us off?
Sure. I've actually got two things coming up, both releasing on the same day in February, just about 2 weeks after my birthday. Right, real close. And it is Scream 7 and Resident Evil 9. Both released on February 27th.
Wow.
So
really?
Now, is 9 and Requiem two different things?
No, they're the same thing. It's Resident Evil 9 Requiem.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and I'm excited for both because, Resident Evil, super big fan of that. And Scream, again, big fan, but this is Neve Campbell is coming back to play in it again, where she was absent in 6.
Now, what is this new Resident Evil about? What's the storyline behind this one?
The new one is a return to Raccoon City after the bombing and the crater left behind. It is a connection to the Outbreak series because at the end of Outbreak 2, there is a big tower that somebody that shows as it's zooming out in the crater. And it says like somebody setting up a facility there. So I'm hoping that it'll explain what that is. I know there was a new character. I can't remember his name that was in the trailer. It was a doctor that has ties to, again, Umbrella, who is still in Raccoon City setting stuff up. And the two characters you play as Leon, veteran character. Everybody knows him if you know anything about Resident Evil. Mm-hmm. But the other one is Grace Ashcroft, and she is the daughter of Alyssa, who was one of the playable characters in the Outbreak series. And she's a FBI agent now who's gotten wrapped up in what's going on in the crater now.
Okay. Now, what is the new Scream? It's a different killer every time, right? Like, because they keep killing the killers, then new people become the killers.
Yeah, it's been a different killer every time, and there's always been some sort of connection to Sydney with every killer.
Now, Sydney is Courtney Cox's character?
Neve Campbell.
Or Neve Campbell. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking it's Party of 5, right? Was what she was in, other than.
Well, Courtney Cox is in Scream. She's Gail.
Right, but Neve Campbell was in Party of 5 with Luke Perry.
Oh.
Right? Or 90210? I don't know. Mm-hmm. One at Beverly Hills 90210 or Party of 5 or one of those things. She was
I didn't watch either one of those, but yeah.
We were too young, I think. They were like teenage dramas. And we were probably in like before we were 10 at the time when those are big things. Okay. All right, so Sydney's Neve Campbell?
Yeah. Neve Campbell, she's coming back. She's got a daughter that's going to be in this one, I think, who is the target of Ghostface this time. And Matthew Lillard is supposed to be returning in this one.
Didn't he dead?
Supposed to be. But it's see how that goes, because she dropped a TV on his head, and it was supposed to electrocute him and kill him, but it's a horror movie.
Yeah.
They do whatever they want.
I don't know, man. The first Scream is a classic. Like, and I think we've talked about this, right? Like the first Scream, classic, absolute classic. 2, 3, sure.
3 was bad.
What are they?
3 is objectively bad.
But what, like, you're on 7, right? Scream 7.
Yeah, this will be 7.
Why? Like, what are they doing now? Like, they got to be jumping sharks. Like, it's the same thing, isn't it?
No, it's been pretty good every time, really. I mean, with honestly, should probably save it for like a Scream episode for me to go into like a deep dive.
Yeah. We won't
argument.
Keep
about
it short. We should do a Scream episode around Halloween. I think we should do like some deep dives on our favorite horror, like slasher.
Yeah,
genres. I think it'd be good.
There's differences in it, and I mean enough to keep them interesting. Still going so far. There was a twist in Scream 3 that honestly I think just makes it objectively bad. Like it wasn't a good movie, but they also had to rewrite the script, and there's a whole thing with that. And then 7, I think there was another twist in it that wasn't great, or not 7, 6, but it was still an okay movie the whole way through.
Okay, all right, cool. Well, I hope Scream 7 is great. I hope it's awesome for you. I know you love it. I hope they're great. And my kids like them. My daughter goes and watches them, so I hope they're good because she'll definitely go watch this one too. Travis, what about you? What are you looking forward to?
More Gundam TCG sets. Set 3 is set to drop at the end of this month, which is going to introduce a few more series in. They've not got to my favorite series yet, and the day they do, I'm going to spend so much money on that card game. I'm really excited for that. Game-wise, I don't really.
How does real quick, Travis? How does the Gundam TCG play? Like, what's another TCG that is like analogous to it in its play
if
style?
you played any Bandai card game, like there's things that carry over from the other ones, like One Piece and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a little bit of Pokemon in it, and it's mostly just a pretty basic TCG. Other than that, you're
gonna go in depth, but I was just wondering like what it played like.
Is it similar to Digimon with your resources?
No, it's much more similar to like One Piece or Force of Will, where you have your own resource deck, and at the beginning of your turn, you'll set your own resource out. One of the bigger differences being, I won't go super in depth, but like, I don't know if you can see on this because my camera won't focus, but if you notice, it says level 5, but it costs 4. So the amount of resources you have out determines what level you are, and you can't play certain cards until you're a certain level. So even though that card only costs 4 resources, I have to be level 5, so I have to have 5 resources before I can even play it.
Okay, so do your resources regenerate at the beginning of the round? Like you have
just like in Magic.
So you get think Hearthstone. Anybody that's played Hearthstone?
Yes,
you guys played
Hearthstone is one of the biggest ones that I've heard it compared to.
Yeah. So you get mana, and each round you get 1 more mana up to a maximum of like 10, and you can play cards. You have that much mana. So first round I have 1, second round I have 2, third 3. Okay, cool.
And there's like the EX resource they call it, which is a burnable one. You know, it's an extra one, but once you spend it, it's gone.
Okay.
Unless you have something to regenerate it.
Yeah, cool.
It's quite fun. I would love to do something a little bit more deep on it, just because I am getting really into it. But Gundam TCG, big fan of that. Game-wise, I don't really have a ton. I mean, Requiem is going to definitely be one that I pick up. But like game-wise, I've not been looking at a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, this is going to be very card-centric here for me, because Magic's doing a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle set this year that the more I look at it, the more I'm getting into it. We're going back to Strixhaven, which is just Harry Potter in Magic.
Yeah.
So
pretty soon, Magic's going to do. We have a Hills Have Nerds secret lair for Magic. We're partnering up with Wizards of the Coast. They've released everything else. Now they've come to us. Hills Have Nerds are coming out.
It'll be the most valued set ever.
It's gonna sell out quick.
There is one crossover secret lair that I am shocked that they haven't done yet. I am so shocked that they've not done a Power Rangers crossover yet.
How? They did The Office. There was a whole secret lair with like 6 different Dwight Schrutes.
They've done Fortnite. They've done The Office.
They done the Princess Bride, didn't they?
They did Princess Bride. There was the Marvel secret lair. Now we're getting our own Marvel set.
And the Marvel one was dumb.
That's just gonna be Marvel.
So
yeah,
dumb.
and like no Power
SpongeBob.
Rangers. They've not done. Yeah, they did SpongeBob, and they've not done Power Rangers.
They did SpongeBob.
They did SpongeBob.
You know the hell? The meme of SpongeBob just sitting there going like that, like with his hands out. That's Counterspell.
Oh,
yeah, that was
Jesus
Counterspell. Oh, and the
Lord
flavor text was great because it was wrote out like the small letter, big letter, small letter, big letter.
Good God.
Yeah, it's just I think it's going to be a very card-centric year for me. I started playing Hogwarts Legacy because it was on Game Catalog because I'm not paying for that game. What else was there? I feel like there was one other game. Oh, just some Gundam games. The big one for me is, and it's a if you've ever wanted to experience Gundam but like away from Gundam, try the Breaker series, Gundam Breaker. 4, which is the newest one, especially is really fun. It's Gunpla, the game. Like you can make your own Gunpla out of pieces of, like the other kits and run in and do missions. You can do it completely solo with AI, or you can partner up with up to 2 other people to like play through the story missions, and there's some extra missions to play through and stuff like that.
What's that for?
I know for a fact that it's on PS5. I want to say it may also be on PC.
Okay. Cool.
Highly recommend at least give it a look. Catch it on sale if you can, because obviously it's not going to be everybody's type of game. But for just what it is, it's a really, really fun experience, and you get to make your own Gunpla. I mean, I think that's kind of cool.
We'll have links to all, if not most of these in the show notes, and if I miss one, I apologize. We'll have links to either like the Wikipedia page for them or like the Steam page for these games, if any of this sounds interesting for people, or the Amazon page if it's like a card game or whatever, Wizards of the Coast thing for it.
Oh, right. One other thing that I was going to mention that I'm excited for. I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, but I've been getting into this comic world called the Massiveverse, which is the big lead character for it is called Radiant Black. There's a few other characters in that, characters like Rogue Sun, and then there's some side stories for like Radiant Red, Radiant Pink. There's a few other in there, but I'm really wanting to dive back into that world. The main writer for a lot of those books is a man by the name of Kyle Higgins, who wrote a good chunk of the Power Rangers comics.
Okay.
And the Massiveverse is super Sentai, heroes in costumes doing all these, wild and crazy fights and stuff like that. It's through Image Comics. Highly recommend checking them out. I cannot wait to get back into that series.
That sounds awesome. I have a lot. I'm just going to kind of briefly go over. There's a lot I'm excited about this year, and there's a few that I'm like tentative on. So just a real quick as of what I've been playing, what I was kind of disappointed in, was Pokemon ZA. Man, I played Pokemon Legends ZA. I played ZA. I loved it. I loved ZA. Loved ZA. Thought the story was good. It was not as good as Arceus for me. I thought the battle mechanics were neat, novel. I think that's probably the future of Pokemon going forward. I think they're going to do more real-time stuff.
Did you play it on Switch 1 or 2?
Switch 1. It ran fine. I didn't have any issues.
I was just curious.
Yeah. I thought some of the assets they did for a AAA game at a $70 price point, $60-$70 price point from a studio as large as Nintendo, they cut too many corners in the environments. And then the DLC I haven't even bought because it is not additive enough for the price on it. Like
I've heard that is
wasn't
overall that's the
Mega
general
Evolutions?
consensus.
Well, I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, that would have been fine if it wasn't in this pretty much the same environments and very grindy, very RNG heavy for some of the legendaries you're trying to get. Now, people played it and they loved it, and that's great. And I kind of want it just to get the stones to have those mega evolutions in my collection. But I think this is kind of my point where I'm drawing a line in the sand. I'm like, no, I'm not. The quality is not high enough for what it should be for you, Nintendo. Like, you should do better than this. So that's me voting with my wallet. Now, that being said, Pokemon still gets my money in a lot of other places, so it's okay. They're going to get money from me, but this is something I'm saying, no, this is too much. So I didn't get the DLC for ZA, and I don't feel super bad about it. We've been playing GLC. I got deck boxes over here. So me and my wife and my son have been playing Pokemon cards. The GLC, Gym Leader Challenge format. I'm excited to play more of that going forward. It's like a Commander meets Pauper format for Pokemon. It's monotype. You only pick one type. You build a deck around that. It is a singleton format. You can only have one copy of each card in your deck, and you can't use anything that's EXs or anything that's like a multi-prize card, anything that has a rule box in it. So it's a lot of the basic cards, a lot of cards that don't see a lot of play nowadays. You are a gym leader. You are specializing. It's been a lot of fun. I haven't had a chance to play in the last few weeks, but I have a steel type deck that I've built here, and this is my wife's psychic deck with a little Mimikyu on the front. There, her little box I got her.
You can still use like level 1s and level 2s. You
Yeah.
just can't use the EX versions of them.
Right.
Yeah,
So you
can
have
still
to
go all the way
evolve.
to stage 2.
Yeah, you evolve up. So, but you're using, when I say basic, I mean like non-EX version. So I have a
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can go up to Charizard. You just can't use the Charizard EX or one that has
Okay.
like a Z move or something like that.
Nothing. You can't use multi-prize Pokemon or Radiant Pokemon. In
Okay.
there.
Okay.
And then also there's like special trainers you can't use. So stuff like that. It's really cool, and there's a ton of variety in the meta for it, and it's just fun. It's really, really neat. And the actual Pokemon company is starting to promote it more. It started in like the ass end of the pandemic in 2020. Well, the ass end of 2020.
Yeah.
Ass end of
I know what
lockdown,
you're saying.
not the end of the pandemic, but the end of like some of the more stringent lockdown stuff. Excuse me. And it was done by a streamer. His name escapes me. Kind of came up. He was big in the Pokemon card game world, and he came up with this format, and people dug it, and they've been playing it ever since. And it's starting to get a lot of.
Yeah. Honestly,
I
I
think
like the more restrictive rules like that
Mhm.
because it honestly creates a lot more variance.
Yeah.
So
Well, and that's the thing for me. I wish I could remember who I was having this conversation with the other day, but like, it is one of those things where I feel like in today's day and age of TCGs, if you want that TCG to like do well, you want people to like pick up with, you gotta have formats like that. You know, a lot of people have
Yeah, I
been
think.
saying like you have to have some kind of multiplayer format because Commander and Magic is, I mean, there's just nothing else tops Commander, you know.
Well, now this one's not
Everybody
multiple player. Like it's still 1v1. Like we're
right,
still
but just
right.
to say that like it's that different. You're not looking at the meta, you know, like you're not.
Yeah.
How do I word this? Like Cody just said, like it's restrictive. It makes you think a little bit more. It adds more of a fun to the game of, oh, if I can get this, maybe I can get this little jank setup to go on.
Yeah. Oh, there's
That's
more.
the fun of it.
There's more. What's the word I'm looking for? There's more chances to use gimmick decks, I think.
Yeah.
In this format, just with the way it presents itself, and even though like Pokemon is probably one of the cheapest TCGs period to get into, just for the way they print their rares and stuff. It's not, I think the most expensive Pokemon card, like base Pokemon card out there for a meta deck is the Gimme Ghoul or the Golden Go right now, and it's like $6, to get one of those. And that's a
I'd
Golden Go
argue that-
EX for the meta deck in the
Yeah.
regular format. And then these cards, like I put this deck together for like, I don't know, $20, and it's a 60 card deck. And that
Yeah.
was because I bought some like full arts that looked really cool, and I wanted them
Yeah.
in there,
I was gonna say in terms of just like getting something together, like ready to go and play.
Oh, I
think
mean,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
$10.
Still trumps a
You think so?
little bit. Only because like most of the time in Yu-Gi-Oh, if you buy 3 of the same structure deck, you have enough cards to build at minimum rogue level, at maximum, depending on the deck you're buying, like a tier 2 deck.
I don't know what either of those things
Problem is,
mean,
I think
but okay.
Yu-Gi-Oh also has like one of the higher price points for the top end decks because some of their cards get ridiculous.
Oh,
But then they do a
Magic's rough on
reprint
that,
and
too.
immediately shoot the people that bought them for those ridiculous prices.
Well, at this
Because
point,
they
it's been out
offer-
long enough. They know that's going to happen. Like, it's buyer beware.
And they
Like,
do
you
it every
understand
time.
how it's going to work.
Because they're always like access code talker. No one's going to know any of this. This is a small tangent, but like access code talker is one of the most included cards in most extra decks for Yu-Gi-Oh because it's easy to go into and it's a stupidly powerful card. And I don't think they've printed it below secret rare yet. And there's only like 4 printings of that card.
Well, hey, so
And Konami
speaking
knows that.
So speaking of stuff that's going to get my money and card games and things I'm excited that are coming out this year.
The Hills Have Nerds TCG, everybody.
Yeah,
Yes,
no.
we've heard your request.
I
We're finally doing it.
I figured you guys would know because we've talked about it in the Discord. There's going to be a Pal World TCG that is being launched by Pocket Pair. Yes, it's in it's in our Discord. Participate in the Discord.
Yeah, he mentioned it, and I said it would be the funniest thing ever if the Pal World one played identically to Pokemon.
Yeah, they just need to print it on top of Pokemon cards. Take the Pokemon out of it and just put the Pal on it.
You know how many Pokemon cards I look at on a daily basis at work?
But
too many.
The Pal World TCG is going to be like a base builder plus equipping your pals with things, equipping your character with things. It's going to have a resource deck. So probably play somewhere similar to those Bandai card games or anything that has a resource deck that rolls with it. I know Elestrals was a game I played a while back that had that. But no, it looks neat. And I'm probably going to spend some money on it at first. And if I like it, I will continue to spend money on it because I want to support Pocket Pair and just about anything they do. Until I won't. We'll see. There's going to be something. Yeah. There will be scandal. There's already been scandal, but we'll see.
We mentioned CD Projekt Red earlier when we were talking about Witcher 4. There's a Cyberpunk TCG in the works.
There's so many TCGs.
They have teased a couple of cards. They have all that's like really available for it right now is just the Discord, and they've been teasing some stuff in the Discord here and there. The cards themselves, like the art and stuff on them, looks amazing.
Yeah.
But I don't know that they have put out a like, here's the rule set, like here's how you play. I think it's just a look at these beautiful cards. We hope you'll buy them.
It almost makes me think they could do something like if you remember the LCG Netrunner.
Yeah.
I talked to somebody about that the other day.
Yeah, I feel like they could do something like that. You know, it wouldn't be you hacking into a computer. Them attacking some of the companies or whatever. But
if you sign up for the newsletter for the Cyberpunk TCG to let everybody know that is listening right now, if you sign up for it once, even if the game flops, even if they don't even get it off the ground, you are guaranteed for signing up for the newsletter to get an exclusive card just for signing up for the newsletter.
Okay. We'll throw that in the show notes. Not a sponsor. None of these are sponsors. It's just things we like. Just to finish off my stuff I'm excited about because we go on tangents here and we're nearing the hour and a half mark.
We're riddled with ADHD.
I'm excited. Marvel Champions is still alive and well. The game is not dead. We got Wonder Man and Hercules coming out in February, and then Daredevil and the Defenders are hitting the shelves in summer and through the rest of the year. And I'm excited about that. I'm super, super hyped to see what they do with that stuff. So we have Marvel Champions coming out. The Pal World full release 1.0 is coming this year. So from what Pocket Pair has said and told us, they just did it today as of recording. So we're recording this on the 19th. This should come out around the 28th. I don't know. We've been kind of loose with release dates the last little bit, but 28th is what we're shooting for. It is the 2-year anniversary of Pal World. So Pocket Pair just did a 2-year anniversary little teaser with previewed some new pals and the 1.0 release and all that. So it's a big year for nerddom, man. It's a big year for stuff I'm excited of.
That is so wild to hear that we're coming up on 2 years of Power World, because I remember the recording of that first Nerd
Yeah.
Out, like right when
Yeah.
it came out.
Yeah, that was What the Hell is Power. We have an episode. If you guys like Power World, go back and listen to our episode when Power World first came out. What the hell is Power World? That was one of our, when we were doing different episode types, right? Instead of just one singular, episode type. So we had one of our first
missed
Nerd
that
Outs. I don't think you were in
Wasn't
it.
in that one. No, I don't
I
think
think it was me, Lee, and Aaron.
I was in that one.
You might have been, Travis. You might have been. I don't know. Go back and listen to it, find out. But guys, we're right at the hour and a half mark. I think we're gonna, unless anybody else has anything to add, I think we're good. We're excited about this coming year.
1 + 1.
Yep. 1 + 1 is 2.
Quick, what's 9 + 10?
19.
73.
Okay.
Never mind.
All right. Well, that was
I
useless.
can do math quick.
Okay. Cool. All right. Coming up.
I didn't think I'd do it right. I just do it quick.
Coming up
There
this
you
year
go.
for the Hills Have Nerds, we got new episodes featuring a local author, local fantasy author, fantasy and fiction author. Kenny Harris is going to be on the show. We have the Legend of Zelda, the actual Legend of Zelda episode, which we recorded and lost. And now we're going to record again for the actual Legend of Zelda birthday that's coming up in February. We got an episode coming up on early access games and early access culture and all of that. And then we got an episode coming up about cosplays. Hopefully that one's tentative. We're going to see if we can get that going in. Cosplays, cosplayers, and the life of a cosplayer. Now that goes. We're really excited to record all of that. Stay tuned for all kinds of awesome Hills Have Nerds content. We appreciate you guys so much for sticking with us for the last 2 years of the Hills Have Nerds and going into 2026. If you want to be part of the conversation, email us at hillshavenerds@gmail.com. There is no the. That's hillshavenerds@gmail.com. Come on our Facebook. Just search the Hills Have Nerds. On any social media, you'll find us there. Come inside our Discord. You'll find links to join our Discord, the holler in the show notes, where all kinds of conversations about everything nerdy, what we're doing, what other people are doing. We want to hear about all of it. We want you to share your nerditry with us, and we'll share ours with you. Come in and join in the conversation. We also have a YouTube. If you're not watching this on YouTube, check us out there. And then we want to thank all of anyone who shares the Hills Have Nerds, anyone who is having this conversation, these nerdy conversations out in the wild, and you say, hey, I know these 4 or 5 idiots that talk all kinds of things nerdy. Why don't you go check them out? That's the greatest ally we have in preaching the word of nerd. We appreciate you all for sharing us, liking us, reviewing us. If you got time, go leave a review, leave a like, leave a share, leave a comment. It helps a ton with people finding the nerds. And if you are so moved, check us out on Ko-Fi. You can donate to the Hills Have Nerds. Every single dime goes to making the podcast better, for getting Travis editing software, if we can convince him to take the money for microphone, stuff like that, whatever we can spend it for, we want to spend it just to make the show better. We appreciate our Ko-Fi donators right now. That is Brittany Johnston and Nick Rosa. Thank you guys so much for helping make the show that much better. We love you very much. You are our kinfolk. That being said, I believe we are out. We are excited for 2026 coming up. Y'all take care. We'll see you heading into the new year.
Have a good year.
Bye, everybody.